Philip Kennedy Johnson, Will Conrad, and Brent Peoples launch Superman's assault against Mongul and his Star Forgers as Clark splits up his team to take the fight to Mongul at every angle, but the betrayal of a close ally puts their plans in jeopardy. Philip Kennedy Johnson continues the WARWORLD Revolution story arc with an issue that takes a big step forward towards the finale of the WARWORLD saga as a whole, pushing Superman into enacting his plans to take down Mongul. I thought it was a really neat idea and very in-character idea to have Superman decide to listen to all of his friends' ideas and do them all at once. The series so far, and this issue in particular, did a great job of showcasing Superman's natural leadership ability and how he can inspire even those who think the battle is too far gone. Byler's reveal at the end of the issue was something that was kinda super obvious that was going to happen, and I'm glad we finally got it out of the way, although I did expect him to be from off-world, like some outside force influencing WARWORLD to fight against Superman, and him being tied to Olgren and his fire was a nice little twist to it. OMAC also beginning to realize the consequences of his actions after seeing what has become of Light Ray was heartbreaking, but I like that he also realized that Superman was right all along, so I'm expecting a third act heel turn to him going against Mongul and helping Superman out. Will Conrad and Brent Peoples paint a really pretty picture this issue with a fittingly dark and muted colour covering the pages to help signpost that we are entering the big all-out third act war. Byler's monster form at the end was also great, and I love that it didn't really have a distinct form or shape, it was just a writhing mass of teeth and flesh, which is very Lovecraftian and very fitting for the lore Johnson and his team have been building up around WARWORLD. Action Comics issue 1045 was another fantastic installment in the WARWORLD Revolution storyline, moving the plotline forward considerably while also giving us a great moment that showcases Superman's leadership skills as well as the drive to succeed he inspires into others. I'm going to give this issue a 10 out of 10. Action Comics issue 1045 finds Superman talking with the freed slaves about what happened and how Mongul came for them at the Citadel. The Warzoons say that the winged golems descended on them as they opened fire with their anti-aircraft guns, giving them an edge for only a moment, but it was too overwhelming and the Citadel soon fell. The enraged Darling soon slaughtered the men as the giant OMAC began pummeling the slaves into dust. The mind-controlled Apollo soon arrived at the battlefield, using his sun-infused powers to obliterate large chunks of the camp, burning many alive. The Warzoon soon reveals the final assault of the battle begun and was released upon them, and it was an unseen force that slashed and cut its way through the survivors, reducing them to nothing. The Warzoon knows that they believe in Superman since he gave them truth and justice, and they'll fight with him, but they now know the fight can have no victory for them, not when death itself opposes them, as the Black Razor finishes her run through the Warzoon ranks. Natasha tells the Warzoon that they aren't done fighting yet and there is still one chance, as Krill says that the Necropolis holds the fire of the Olgrim and they can use it to protect them and help them, but Apollo, OMAC and now Light Ray leading Mongul's forces will make it a burial for them. He wants to go for the Star Forgers again, but Manchester Black knows that Superman isn't up for that, since if they blow one of the forges up, WARWORLD goes with it. Nat says they don't need to destroy it, only steal it, revealing that Orphan, Leonath and herself have been talking with John Henry back on Earth, and they're going to build a reactor that can make Genesis energy stable, and then they can use it in the forge to produce a different kind of sun, the kind of sun that will give the Felosians superpowers like Kryptonians. Midnighter knows that Mongul is on his way there, and they have so many weak and injured people that can't even walk, let alone fight, and they can't be expected to leave them there while they break into Engine City 1. Krill knows that Mongul can't be allowed to reach the fire of Olgren, and they need to convince Superman to take the power. Superman tells them to stop, since a lot of people are counting on them to keep their heads about them, asking everyone to remain calm and they'll find a way to win. He tells Krillix that the other ultimate weapons he has faced over the years have had a way of corrupting its users, and even if Olgrim's fire isn't a myth, they don't need it. Krill wonders if he thinks Mongul is going to show the same restraint, since he and the Unmade are decimating the tunnels looking for them and the fire, and he has almost achieved godhood, and if Kal-El has come to trust him, he needs to know that if he finds the fire, everyone who has followed Superman Superman will die. Krill thinks that if he has crossed half a galaxy to help, knowing that he is even weakened and he is still choosing not to pick up a weapon he needs, then he should have stayed away. Clark agrees with him, knowing they all are right and they can't afford to lose, so they need to pursue any option they have. Superman tells Midnighter, Manchester Black, Kal-El and Enchantress to go and shore up the defenses on the surface and find the source of Mongul's control over their teammates so they may break it. He then tells Natasha and Leonoth to take Orphan to Engine City 1 and link with the Forge, while Krillix leads him to the fire of Olgren. Midnighter says that Superman should take the children with him despite Krillix protesting, but Lucas reminds the man that the kids aren't safe anywhere on the planet, but it's better they are with Superman. Mongul's forces meanwhile continue to blow through the tunnels as Omak tries to reach through to Light Ray, hoping that she is still not inside whatever the thing Mongul turned her body into. Omak knows that if he wasn't such a coward, he would have killed them both, and he doesn't do that because Leo wouldn't want that, and she would figure a way out to save them both, and she would trust their friends, including Superman. And while Omak came there for Light Ray more than Clark, he can't help but wonder, what would Superman do? Clark meanwhile writes what he thinks is going to be his final journal entry, as he will soon face Mongul again and he's expecting a trap, but he never considered the lengths Mongul would go to win, and now he's stacked the deck in his favour and his team is afraid of another loss they might not come back from. He remembers how when a Mongul is defeated, the title of Mongul would pass on to the one who defeated him, but he knows that's a title they will not accept when they beat him. Clark knows that WARWORLD has its leaders forced upon them for long enough, and it's time they chose their own leaders and gave them the title whatever they see fit. Nat, Leonoth and Orphan meanwhile make it to Engine City 1's Forge, but Orphan soon warns them that someone is there. Darling soon attacks, knocking down Leonoth, who drops the reactor they have made. Nat fires on Darling as Orphan tries to stop its old friend, but Teacher appears, saying that Darling no longer relies on Orphan. Teacher is surprised that they were actually bold enough to come there, having heard of their plan, and Mongul was disappointed that he couldn't be there to see the last hope of success die out, but Teacher is more than glad to be there himself. Superman meanwhile leads Osul and Othel through the tunnels, assuring them that this is the right way, since the glyphs on the wall will tell a story and the ones he's been following seem longer than the others, and if they follow the glyphs it will lead them to the center. Othel wonders when they finish the fight, will Superman take them to Earth, which surprises Clark that they want to do that. Krillix says that they should come with him to New Phalosia where their parents and brother grew up, but the kids don't want that. Superman tells them that they are welcome anywhere where he goes, and thinks Krillix feels the same. The man agrees as Superman says that he knows every Kryptonian who is alive and every one of them will see the kids as family. Even the other Phalosians will as well, and while they will have their own family sigil one day, his sigil will be their own as long as they want it. The group soon find a large door older than anything else around, and Superman is able to tell that this is the heart of the necropolis, pushing the giant gate open only to find Bila Esh is there waiting for them. Superman knows it makes sense that he is there, and he always wondered how Bila Esh knew everything he did, demanding the man tell him who he really is. Bila says he's just a storyteller and a friend to the children, but also a servant to the gods of the first world, created to hide and protect the necropolis, since inside lies the fire of Olgren, and the fire that made WARWORLD what it is today. He reveals his task is to repel all those who seek it and aid the one who would redeem the fire, and that person is Superman of Earth. Superman knows that after reading about Olgren and from what Bila and Krill have told him, he's not there to redeem a dead god, but he is there because people need his help right now, and some of the bravest people he has ever known are about to fight for their lives against impossible odds, and he doesn't think that he can help them with the contents of the tomb, hence why he wants Bila to stand aside and let him destroy the fire of Olgren before Mongul can get it. Bila begins to glow with an energy, saying that he would stand aside, but it's not within his power to give up the treasure, and all Superman can do is prove himself worthy. Bila grows into a gigantic hideous monster, telling Superman to step forward and to prove himself the master of WARWORLD.